Everybody ready? Here we go.
Okay, obviously a very tough loss. Got beat handily on the road. That was disappointing. That is one of the better teams in college football, but we didn't play our best in really all three phases. And that's what was disappointing to me. Now you kind of look back. We're at the halfway point in our season. The first half we went 3-3. There were some good things that happened. There were some bad things that happened. And we got the second half of our season ahead of us, and that's the way we're doing it. We're compartmentalizing that the first half's behind us. Now we've got an opportunity to improve. Very few teams in college football improve this time of year. We need to be one of those that do that. And we're playing a Memphis team that is extremely talented on offense, one of the best offenses in college football. The receiver, Austin, is dynamic. The running back's very good. Defensively, I think they're a very solid group. They present some challenges with their different looks, and I think their special teams is good too. I think most of their special teams is ranked in the top 20. So overall, a very solid team. Be a good challenge for us. We're tickled to death that we're back home. Our crowd last time we were here really willed us and helped us to win. So I know our players are excited to be back home. Questions?
Coach, facing one of the top defenses in Cincinnati, Mikey gained a lot of teachable moments in that game. What do you hope he learns from that game?
Yeah, we got to protect the football. We can't throw it up for grabs. It's third down and long. Sometimes you got to hit the check down, and he got a little pressure on that play, made it a little tougher. So we got to be better around him. And then the pick six. I mean, we've got to solve that. I mean, we've had a few of those, and that's not it. But he did do some good things. We've got to be better around him. I thought Joey did some good things when he came in. He presented a few different challenges as far as that goes. But you know, we're building this thing. Like I said, our goal is to improve each week from here on out. You know, we're starting to get a little more healthier, which I think that is a really good thing. And we're able to finish this thing right.
Coach, first off, I'm glad everything's fine with your family, but secondly, you talked about getting healthier. Isaiah Bowser, I know you said he wasn't 100%, but he was able to go. How does he change things for you moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, just that security that, you know, really from a true freshman quarterback standpoint really helps. And he's probably 80%. He's a little healthier today. It looked like he made it through the game okay, so that was really good. And, you know, the other running backs too, along with that, like we talked about, the good thing is we're developing depth at that position, which you can't have enough, but to have Isaiah back and getting healthier each week is a real shot in the arm.
Coach, you mentioned trying to improve in the second half of the year and, you know, try to take it week to week to get that improvement. But kind of big picture, the chance to still have a positive outcome to the season, maybe make a bowl game, all that kind of stuff, is that any part of the psyche to keep things moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, we got 6 games left. We need to finish strong. You know, we're just taking it game by game right now. And the challenge I've put to our team is to get better. We got to improve. We got to stop making some of these same silly mistakes right there. We've got an opportunity to do that, and so you know, we're taking week by week. We got 6 games, and we need to finish. And that's really my message.
Coach, after you looked at the film, how do you explain the struggles running the ball, and why didn't we see more of Mark Anthony?
First thing, we didn't do a great job effectively executing the run. That's the first thing. Second thing is they're extremely talented. They came off some blocks. They made a couple plays that you know, the previous teams we played at made. Combination of that, Mark Anthony got a chance to get in there late. You know, Bowser, we started out him and Johnny, and you'll see Mark grow each week. He did a really good job once Joey got in there, and you know, he got a good touchdown run.
Coach, what do you know about the quarterback for Memphis besides the fact he's a true freshman and he's averaging over 300 a game?
Yeah, he's very impressive when you watch him on film. He doesn't look like a true freshman. Stands in there, delivers the ball. You know, he'll wait and take a shot, and looks like a very solid quarterback to me.
How does a short week playing on Friday night, how much does that help coming off a loss
Yeah,
like that?
well, I mean, I mean, it's a short week. You're on the road. You get back. We had to have our Tuesday practice today. You know, you had to watch the film yesterday, so everything's rushed. And those guys actually played on Thursday. They had 3 extra days. I mean, this scheduling has been a real challenge as far as everything goes, but it is what it is. We've got to accelerate. We had really a similar plan we had in Louisville. We got to keep our guys fresh, but at the same time, you've got to prepare. You've got to get timing down, especially when, you know, with our quarterbacks and receivers, and just everything you're going to do, you got to get your timing down. So that's the challenge on a short week. The positive is we're playing at home, okay, but I'd be lying to say it wasn't a challenge.
Coach, obviously we're very happy that everything's going good with your family now. How tough of a day personally was that for you? A 35-point loss, then dealing with a family emergency. Obviously family comes first, but how are you dealing with it?
Yeah, so really what happened, my daughter had my grandson on Thursday and everything went well, and she got a little scared, and like a couple hours later had to rush her to the hospital, and she got to come back home, and then she had another issue, had to go back to the hospital. It was a really stressful 48 hours trying to figure out what I need to do, with that. And, the game, I mean, it is what it is. We got beat handily, and like I've told you before, I'm disappointed, but, as soon as that over, got a chance to spend time with her. She's doing a lot better. She's back home doing well, resting. The baby's doing well, so we feel very blessed as a family.
Coach, you said you want to see more help for Mikey around. What do you want to see your wide receivers do that can make things easier for Mikey?
Yeah, we gotta do a better job at wide receiver. When you get a chance to make the play, then you gotta do a better job up front. I mean, it's really all about. I mean, we didn't execute very well. We got whipped at some positions, just to be honest with you. And we got to figure out a way to have explosive plays. If you look back at the first 6 games, we've had explosive plays and drives. We scored touchdowns. We haven't had to kick very many field goals. That's the positive. But we got to figure out a way to generate more explosive plays, and that's kind of who we are right now. I mean, the reality is we're playing a true freshman quarterback that's learning on the go. The reality is we've been banged up at wide receiver, banged up at running back, and we've got to figure out a way to generate those explosive plays. And if we do that, we're going to score points.
Ricky Barber returned for the first time since Louisville, but I think he only played a handful of plays, which he's just not comfortable. What's his status?
Yeah, he just, he thought he would have a chance, and he just wasn't quite ready. So, we'll see week to week how that looks. The fact that he was out there dressed out, it gives you a shot in the arm with that. He's a dynamic player, especially with the loss of KD. Obviously you need a guy. But I will say this, the guys inside have done a solid job in KD's absence and Ricky's absence. Kind of just like the running backs. I mean, we're starting to develop some internal depth inside.
How's Jalen Robinson doing?
He's week to week. He's done a few things in practice the last couple of weeks. He's week to week. Like I said, that's obviously he's a dynamic player. He's one of the impact players that we need to get back soon.
Matt Lee left the game late, maybe tweaked something again. What's his status?
He's a tough kid. He's battling. He's not 100%. But he's battling. He's doing everything he can. He has his hands full with that nose guard. That nose guard is a dynamic player. And it was more of the game was out of hand at that point, and just kind of using our common sense. I'm not saying he couldn't have finished, but just, man, we got 6 games left. It was kind of that, more of that than anything.
Team showed progress against ECU against the run on defense, and then the struggles against Cincinnati. How do you explain that?
Whether we didn't do a great job with our run fits, all right, and we didn't tackle well at times, and they're really good. But that doesn't matter. We've got to stop the run. I mean, that's one thing that we're going to focus on this last 6 weeks. Now, you're talking about a great throwing team we're fixing to play. But we can't have it where big teams can run the football on us. And so that'll be a real focus, moving forward. That's really the foundation, of the defense.
Coach, obviously Cincinnati's been the standard in the American the last couple of years. They're going with you guys with the Big 12. What did you maybe learn about, where this program needs to be to compete with a team like Cincinnati? Obviously, haven't had a full recruiting class. I mean, there's a lot of injuries this year, but what did you kind of learn, when you kind of look at that talent gap?
Yeah, I mean, we're not there right now. I mean, that's what I learned. I mean, they're not just the best team in AAC. That team can play with anybody. Matter of fact, that team can beat anybody. I mean, I know what it looks like. They can do that. But what it means for us is we're not there, but we're going to get there. And after the game, that'll be a game that if we could fast forward a year or so and look back how far we came, that'll be something to do measuring stick-wise as a head coach when you're developing your program. And right now, we're in the process of developing our program. I mean, it is what it is right now. We're developing our program. We're developing the foundation with all the little things that go with it. And we're going to get there. We're going to recruit. Recruit's going great. We're going to get there, but we're not there right now. And, but we're going to get there. It was really good to see what it looks like. It was good for our players to see what it looks like. But that's an impressive group, and they'll have a chance to win the whole thing if they stay healthy.
You look at your last 6 games of the season, 4 of the final are at home. How helpful is that?
Yeah, that's a blessing. We hadn't done with the crap on the road this year. I mean, it is what it is with that. But this is a great home field advantage. Our fans are everything they said it would be, and then some. And like I said, last game we didn't play well at home. They willed us to win, and they wouldn't let us lose. And so we're really looking forward to that. And hopefully we have a huge crowd and come out and bring their A game to help us. I know our players would really appreciate that.
Coach, what do you think about this space game? Every year you see about different kind of uniforms, honoring the space ties to the program and the blue color. What do you think about all that?
I think it's cool. And I think it's really cool. I think recruits love it. I know our players love it. Players love it, recruits love it, I love it. So, I really hadn't got a chance to really take everything in right now. But it's one of those advantages I think we have that makes us unique. And like I said, recruits love that kind of stuff, and our department, the marketing department, the designs that comes up with that. And I'll just say this, our social media, our video department, I'd put them up against anybody in the country. Everywhere I go, people would just come up to me out of the blue and say, golly, who's ever running y'all's video and social media, they're the best. I truly believe they are the best. And that really helps in the future with recruiting, because that's where recruiting's going. All these guys love the videos and the uniforms and all that, but yeah, as long as our players like it, recruits like it, I like it.
Coach, what's your biggest frustration with the special teams unit?
We've got to solve the punt situation. I mean, we've had 2 blocked, and had a punt blocked. I don't think so. I've been a head coach until this year, so we've got to solve that. It needs to turn into an advantage. It hadn't been an advantage for us yet. I will say this though, our field goal kicker, I do feel good about our field goal kicker, and we hadn't kicked a lot. That last game he helped us win, but he's really been confident, and I really believe this last part of the season he's going to help us win some games.
Talk more about Memphis. You mentioned their receiver. What challenges do they present?
Well, they can throw the football. I think, are they in the top 10 offensively? I think. I mean, they're really good running back. Their running back's really good. Asa Martin's another running back that actually recruited. He's with me at Auburn. I know what he can do. He's a really talented guy. He's got a great mom. They're a talented group, and that coach has been there a while. He has his foundation laid and all that, so it'll be a good challenge for us.
Coach, I know you kind of talked about the stresses of, taking a flight after the game with the family, but, I just saw your wife shared some pictures on social media. The baby's named after you,
yeah.
Baby Gus. Just what does that mean to you to have a little bit of family time and a busy schedule and having a grandson?
Yeah, it's a special deal. I mean, it's having a grandson, period. I'm fortunate enough to have 2 right now. That's a game changer. And then you have one named after you. It doesn't get any better than that. It's kind of one of those real emotional deals. And when I got there and found out my daughter was, doing okay and getting better, I was able to really take it in, and just a special moment, and I feel very blessed.
All set. Great.
Thanks a lot, Coach.